Hey everybody, Stitch 1993 here, and welcome back to another book pile of a little known book called Hubknuckles by Emily Herman and illustrated by Deborah Kogan Ray. Originally published in 1985, this is a first edition copy from what I can tell, and the reason why I wanted to shine some light on this book was, of course, it's October. Which is really weird to say because when I'm filming this, it's almost Christmas. So, going a bit into the writer and illustrator before I get into the story here, I could barely find any information on Emily Herman. I'm honest, I do apologize if the author comes upon this. I couldn't find any information about you. There was a site that linked that showed other books that supposedly were written by Emily, but none of them seemed to be of the same genre and nor like matched any other similar illustration wise, which I know that's not uncommon, but it didn't seem like that was also written by her. It just seemed like person has a semi-common name, and so other people also had other books that were written under that name, and they just kind of all got clumped together. I kind of know the feeling because if you look up my books on Amazon, it will say I've written all these books, and I've only written two as of the recording of this video. Only written and published two at least. So, Emily, if you do have other books, especially books that are like Hubknuckles, I would love to read them because the story is just so nostalgic in a way, I guess, for me, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But first I wanted to get on about the illustrator Deborah Kogan Ray, and I was able to find a good bit about her. She actually has her own website, dkray.com, and she's illustrated multiple books looking like almost all the way as far back as the 1960s, it looks like, all in the same sort of way. This one is, of course, in black and white, but other ones it looks like she illustrated in color. This kind of, I want to say, pencil, graphite, semi-realistic type of drawing, which, again, was another thing that just hooked me into the book because I love that type of style of writing. It just, especially with something like this type of book here, where it's a Halloween themed book, it just gives that type of mysticism and not really a haunting feeling or chilling feeling, but just that hook that just gets you right in the mood here. And with this with this video coming out on October 1st, I feel like this was a perfect way to start this month. So let's get into the book here. Hubknuckles, which is the name of the ghost, is basically a tradition that this family has where every Halloween, after the trick-or-treating is done, after everybody's come back home and is enjoying their candy, this ghost just kind of hangs out in the backyard in the woods late at night and just kind of dances around for a couple hours or something. And I guess most of the time the kids just like to watch and see what he does. The ghost never scares them or does anything creepy, just dances around. Says that he kind of spins cobwebs, but doesn't really go into much detail other than that. And then he just disappears, until next year. But then this year was different. One of the girls decides she wants to be brave enough and go out into the yard to see Hubknuckles, which honestly, who wouldn't? At that age, I think the kid's probably about 8 or 9. Feels like they have enough confidence to, like, all right, this ghost, which doesn't seem to want to harm us, I want to, hang out with it, see what it does. And she never really gets close to it. She does go out into the backyard and dances around with it for a little while, but then she goes back to the house and tells her parents, yeah, I was just outside dancing with Hubknuckles. And the parents are like, okay, that's fine. And it ends with the ghost just kind of watching them from a distance, and disappears out into the night. And that's the story. I always had this little theory when I was reading this. I was like, well, maybe it's one of the parents it's kind of like the Santa Claus thing where somebody just dresses up and, like the Easter Bunny, dresses up to, get the kids excited about the holiday. But it doesn't seem like that was in this case, because both the parents were inside and Hubknuckles was still present when the girl comes back inside and tells the parents about that. From this story, it probably is a real ghost. Who knows? But that's just part of the wonder and intrigue of this story. So I highly recommend checking this book out, honestly. If anything, even if the story doesn't seem to hook you, I really feel like the illustrations will. And definitely check out some of Deborah's other books on her website. It looks like she's done a wide variety of genres in the children's books age. I'd probably give this second or third grader rating book, only because it is a bit of a darker theme, so younger kids may slightly get a bit freaked out about the content of the story. Again, there's nothing too creepy or scary, but the Hubknuckles is a bit creepy looking depending on the angle that you're looking at and depending on the illustration look out there. But yeah, so down there in the comments, let me know if you've read this book, if you grew up with it, and if you have your own sort of Halloween tradition sort of like this, or what other traditions other than trick-or-treating that you go and do. Do you read this book? Do you read other books around this time of year, or read your kids' books? And of course, if there's any books that you think, any of Deborah's other books you think I might enjoy, definitely recommend those down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do with reviewing them at a later date. And of course, like and subscribe for future videos. And until next time, thank you and have a good day and happy October. All right, bye bye.